Well, thank you for joining us here on Sky Sport Select, and kia ora to you as we welcome you to North Harbour Stadium, and it's another wet evening in Auckland. Lovely weather we're having at the moment, and we've got a women's game coming up in just a moment between the Mt Albert Lionesses and Manurewa Marlins. This is Women League Round 2 action in the ARL Premiership. Mt Albert coming into this game having beaten Otahu last week by 32 points to 22. Manurewa, the defending champions, losing to Otara heavily in that game. Otara Scorpions looking fantastic, winning that game very good. Here are the 7 teams that are in this year's competition, and Otara, they're in first place at the moment with Howick, who had a good win over City last week. Mount Albert beating Otahu, and Tanifaro, we haven't seen yet. The Northern Waikato team, they will be featuring this weekend for the first time this season. But today, the Manurewa Marlins with a few changes, and we've got no Amber Carney tonight, no Alexis Thompson. Anna Allen is also not playing today, so we've got a few new players in there. Kaylin Ikatule, their former Niuean international, is playing. Karaitiana Whitaker is also new on the wing today. But Rikshay Lamalu is there again. Laurelie Nathan are there in the halves again. And Mary Jane Finau, who is very good in the second row, she is backing up from Saturday's game. Mount Albert's team too is also quite a bit different from the team that played on Saturday. Summer Van Gelder, the fullback, Akarana 18's player. Apata Sepa Kingeke, another one in that category. In fact, a few of those players from that team are coming into this team. Ronesi Martini and Marie Fruin are in there as well. And it's interesting that team last year, Akarana 18's coach, Tasha Davey, is the coach of Mount Albert. So she's got a few of her young players that impressed last year in that team to Mount Albert to play in this game this evening. They are without Losse Maffair, though, who was very good in the second row, I thought, for Mount Albert on Saturday. So that's where we are. Charlotte Scanlon is with me here. We were at Cornwall Park on Saturday, Charlotte, watching the triple header to start the season, and it was a very impressive performance from the Otara Scorpions, even though they're not playing tonight. But I thought they were great, and I thought Mount Albert went far behind them, to be fair. What did you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed both of those teams. Both coming new into the comp again, with Otara just being a team that played last year, but at the same time, a really new team. They've recruited well, they've developed well. I caught up with one of their players, Jarrell, who told me that they've been training since November last year, which is unheard of in the female space. So it's really exciting to see them both really reaping the rewards of their early mahi.
All right, let's hear from their two captains, the Manurewa and the Mount Albert team, before kickoff.
Hi, I'm Melania Cairns and I'm playing for Mt Albert Lions this year. I love my club because we're really welcoming to all newbies and oldies. Really excited for our seasons, for all our supporters we have and the sponsors we got this year too as well. We've had a good pre-season this year. All our coaching and assistants coaching has been good, so if we do come to that opportunity to get in that grandstand, it'll be a really good opportunity to display what we've had going on during our pre-season.
Talofa, my name is Maito Frederica and I play for the Manurewa Marlins. I just love it how they create opportunities not just for our orderlies but for the grassroots of our young people that are coming through, and that's all about it. Rugby league, we've been taking it out for a couple of years, but I think again creating opportunities for them to experience that the feeling of champions or losing.
Hopefully we'll see Federica back soon. She's currently injured at the moment. What a machine she is, Charlotte. Wow.
She is, and she loves giving back to this competition and coming home and really representing not only God for herself as well as her family, her massive family who she loves with all her heart.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see her back on the field very soon. And here come the two teams, and just on cue, it's absolutely pouring down here at North Harbour Stadium. So thank you for joining us here on Sky Sports Select for this Round 2 action in the Women League Premiership. Brent Newton, Corey Jull and Lee Fletcher are the officials today for this game. And this is going to be interesting. Manurewa were beaten by 80 points to 6 by a red-hot Otara team on Saturday. This is going to be interesting to see what reaction we get from them, Charlotte. And can Mount Albert continue their excellent form? That was a hard-fought victory over Otahuhu. They won 32-22, but they played very well in the second half to get on top of the Leopards. So there's lots of dynamics at play here in this game.
Yeah, I think this game could go either way. Obviously, the weather's going to have a massive factor, as it did in the men's game that we just saw before. I'm really liking the look of the Mt Albert Lionesses. They're a really young team, a lot of 19-year-olds, girls that have just come through the grade, and backing up with their ex-Kiwi Fern coach Tasha Davey, guiding them.
There's the kick-off from Lamalu, and straight away it's into touch. But it'll just be a scrum. And the weather is going to be a big factor in this game. Ball handling is going to be absolutely critical. But it's all about attitude and execution here, as we saw in the men's game between Glenora and Point Chev earlier on. Both teams really ripped in.
You can hear the players out there yelling out wet weather, so they understand that they're going to have to play with some control and not try and do too much.
So here comes Lamalu. Cutting back on the inside is Ikatule, Auckland Falcons player, former World Cup rep for the Cook Islands. Good tackling coming in on Aria, who's at fullback today. She was playing on the wing for Manurewa on Saturday, and straight away referee wants the players to clear the ruck a bit quicker than that. The player penalised there was Moana Cook, who was brilliant for the Lionesses on Saturday in that win over Otahuhu.
She's just come back from a stint in Japan playing rugby sevens, and it's good to see her back playing rugby league. I'm excited to see how she's developed as an athlete to come back into this space. Yeah,
she was terrific. Moana Cook wearing 13 for Mt Albert. That was Te Kewa playing that one for the Marlins, who've got a good roll on here through Repia. That's the try line right there for Bini Repia. Another penalty coming for the Marlins. All offside, says the referee. Great charge at the line from Bini Repia. Joseph. Marlins looking to stretch the Lionesses and charge for the line. And there's the first score. Mary Jane Finau has gone over to score the try. Finau got the try for the Marlins on Saturday. That was right at the end of the game. And now she gets one right at the start.
Yeah, Manurewa will be really excited about how they've started this game. They're playing with composure. They had a good kick to start off with, just rolled down the field, played smart, managed to get a penalty, and just crossed over with a strong carry. I do believe the Lionesses were a bit too compressed on that line. Yeah, just you need to be able to cover the players like Mary Jane out on those edges.
Well, Finau is a monster. She is so powerful, as we just saw there, and the Lionesses are going to have to watch her. She is a damaging ball runner, Charlotte, as you well know. Yeah. She has rocks for hips.
Yeah, I've been bumped off a few times.
So Finau, great try for her. And now here's Lamalu with the conversion attempt. Fetu Samoa international from 2020. Played against the Kiwi Ferns at Mount Smart. And that game was about the only major game of rugby league played in New Zealand that year because of COVID-19. But great start here for Manurewa, out to a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, it's really good having our islands come on board and playing a few more tests. I think it gives the opportunity to those girls playing here and back in the islands to play some top level footy and to play against some of the best in the world.
Well, Mt Albert, apart from the penalty that they gave away and that kick into touch from the kickoff, they've not had any ball in the game yet. We'll see. Lamalu it is. She's a good player. She will marshal this team around nicely, and here comes Manu Koa. The number 10 for the Marlins. Ripia near halfway. Good tackling that time by Mt Albert. looking to get some aggression into their defence. Now Finau, the try scorer, taken by her opposite number. And now here comes Manurewa once more. Good tackle from Cairns. Live wire hooker she was on Saturday. Lamalu looking to find space behind that Mt Albert defence. Now as the kick got good weight on it. Unlucky with that last couple of bounces there, as we saw McCarty let that one go over the dead ball line.
It wasn't a bad option there. They had attacked down that left-hand channel and so then kicked down that left hand. I think if they had just put a little bit more of a chase on and as well just held that kick up just a little bit, I think that would have been a really good contest.
It's a young team for Mt Albert. Touched on a lot of 18, 19-year-olds playing today from this Hakarana 18s team last year that Tasha Davey coached. Here's Cairns, former Ponsonby player. And now here comes Lokatui, from Otahu player. Hit hard, it's gone backwards though. And now here's a chance from Pamela McCarty, and she was excellent on Saturday. Good run from her.
Yeah, great run. Has come over from Point Chev to really try and test her own ability and pick up more of a leadership role. It's good to see her running strong today.
Yes, indeed, and she will run strong the whole game. So an error picked up, and Whitaker came away with it for Manurewa. And here she is again, and she's hammered, but another penalty, and discipline just costing Mt Albert a touch in this first half. A couple of penalties in these first 6 minutes. So the Marlins having all the ball really so far. Oh, is that kick going to find touch? It will, only just though. Close call.
Risky play there.
In fact, it was touched, wasn't it? So referee actually is just going to be a play the ball, so Finau's going to play it. Thankfully that rain has stopped pretty much for the meantime. Tough conditions. Strong wind blowing behind Manurewa in the first half. And now here comes Bini Repia once again. Joseph at dummy half. Good strong carry by Jocelyn Manukoa again.
Manurewa playing a lot more direct today than they did in the weekend, and it seems to be working for them.
Good little dab by Joseph. Now they're rolling forward nicely here, the Marlins. So that's the goal line right there. Joseph again. And Tekawa just can't quite link up. Good desperation on defence by Mt Albert. And forced the error. So coming to the 10 to play the ball. Mt Albert will need to get to their kick here, Charlotte. As Van Gelder gets the ball. Lamalu was right up in her face. Van Gelder, a young player that made that tournament team last year, hit hard.
She's definitely going to be one to watch summer. She's got fitness for days, good skill set, and is quite new to rugby league still. So there's a lot of potential in her.
Absolutely. There's Cook playing the ball for Mt Albert. Oh, it's a stone cold drop there. Bit messy and unfortunately dropped by Mt Albert. So it's going to be Manurewa scrum. It was McCarty who dropped the ball there. Just jostled out of her with the collision there. Joseph was delighted, wasn't she?
As you would be.
What a chance here for Manurewa. Got a full set here with Lamalu looking to cook something up. Oh, she's a tricky customer. Almost got through there. Good little dab by the Samoan international. Joseph giving out to Finau, looking to create some havoc on that left edge again. She got that first try and some excellent ruck speed there. Joseph Taken by Turua Quedley. Finau again. Lamalu, good rush defence that time by Mt Albert. Lamalu had no space there. Excellent work by Moana Cook. And also Cairns. A little floater of a pass. Not much Araya could do with that one. Nathan. Just a little chip kick. And it's going to be a penalty, I think, for offside again. Mt Albert just creeping up inside again. So another set here for Manurewa. Good tackle coming in that time from Fokava. Former Tongan rugby player for Mt Albert out there today. Now Whitaker Harrison. She's very close to scoring. Joseph might fancy a dab from dummy half. She doesn't. Here comes Repia again, who's been damaging already in this game. Good speed for the Marlins. That's Lamalu out to Finau to get those big legs pumping again and create space for her winger. And I think Koroheke has scored the try, and she has. A good try for Koroheke out on that left wing side. It is 8-0.
Yeah, I think it comes back to that spacing again that I talked about. Just kind of getting a bit wider there. As you can see, they're all quite cramped in there. You can't be leaving someone like Mary Jane on their outside to have a one-on-one. It's going to be too difficult and easy offload for her.
Tiare Jean Koroheke off the interchange last week, and look how happy she is. Good on her. She finished that well, and Mary Jane Finau scored the first, created the second, Charlotte. A bit like you in your day.
I wish I was that skillful.
8-0, but a good response here from Manurewa. We wondered whether something like this might be coming today.
Yes, we did talk about this. We knew that after the weekend's performance that they would not be happy with that, and that they would be coming out and playing with a lot of pride and a lot of heart, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, they've taken their opportunities playing with the wind. Mind you, Mt Albert have not been... They've been their own worst enemies in these first 12 minutes or so, haven't they? With just a few penalties and a couple of errors.
Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit overexcited. They're a really young team, and coming up to an occasion like this, where you know you're going to be on TV, when you know you're up against the defending champions, that you really want to step up. Hopefully they settle into the game nicely, and they try and slow down those penalties.
So 8-0. So 2-0 to the Marlins. Finau and Koroheke both down that left edge. We'll see how Mount Albert respond. They responded really well on Saturday, and that's a good kick-off. That's what they were looking for. They'll get the ball back and a chance to move into the red zone for the first time in the game, Charlotte.
Hopefully after that start that they are going to settle down. I think ball security is crucial for them. If they can complete a set, put a bit of pressure on, and hopefully either create a repeat set or cross over.
Well, what can they execute here? Nice little play from Turua Quedley. Open up a bit of space for Lokatui there. Turua Quedley's a good player. She runs the show pretty well. And we have Pamela McCarty. Down to the 10 now for Mt Albert. Cairns at dummy half. Cook now. Good little play here from Martini. Opening it up for Van Gelder. The referee is going to award another penalty, and it's offside this time against Manurewa. And he wants play to continue. Summer Van Gelder taking the shot.
Good set of skill set from all the girls there, being able to offload, create good shape.
Good drive at the line from McCarty. In fact, it was the Tongan Rugby International, Te Kewa. And now Fokava it was. And now we have Fruin, who's close to the line here for Mount Albert. Cook gives it back out to Turua Quedley. There's open up here for Van Gelder. Oh, the ball goes down from Thierry Kamana.
Yeah, there was a touch there from a Manurewa player first, though, I do believe.
Yeah, you're spot on. That was good work, didn't it? Good pass here from Turua Quedley. Just opened up for Van Gelder. So what's the referee ruling here? Well, Mount Albert have got the ball in their hands.
Double knock on. This is exciting for Mount Albert. They've only been down this end of the field once, so to be able to create something already.
Well, let's see what they can cook up here. Thierry Kimana again, inside the 10. He's 21 years of age. Here's Cook. This has got a good roll on here for Fokava. Too powerful. The edge back rower, Mafi Fokava. And there is the response from the Lionesses, 8 points to 4.
Just a nice little drop ball there from Moana Cook. Good, strong run from Muffy there. Hard to stop that close to the line.
Good run, wasn't it?
It was
nice
a great
and direct, Charlotte, wasn't it? Well, Muffy Fokava has been around a while. She's 28. Played for the Tongan rugby team back in 2020. Here she is playing for Mount Albert. It's very simple execution. So hard to stop that close to the line.
Yeah, it's looking like both our left edge second rows are going to be the ones to watch this game.
Yeah. Well, now we've got a new kicker. Cairns it is. And she's guided that one through. So a good kick from Melania Cairns. 8 points to 6. Yeah, the kicker from Saturday's game, Talfa, not playing today. So 8 points to 6. Good response from Mount Albert. They looked a little bit clunky, as they say, in that first 15 minutes, but they've got things humming nicely there.
Yeah, and you can see Tasha Davies got Moana Cook as more of a ball-playing 13. Coming from a halfback in rugby union and also playing a little bit in the halves for rugby league, she definitely has the skill set to achieve that, so it'll be interesting to see how her defence goes throughout the middles. I'm really excited to see that combination between her and Lydia.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Lydia Turua Quedley, good player, and that is exactly what happened to Manurewa just a moment ago. These kickoffs are weapons, but really the onus is on the defensive teams to make sure the ball doesn't go out, Charlotte.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I know as a senior player, you know, you get a bit mad about that effort to make sure that you actually keep the ball in play. You're not giving it back to them. You're not wasting a set.
So Lamalu to feed the scrum. What can they cook up here to the Marlins? Ikatule. Good defence on her.
Good read there from Wasini.
Now the defence is getting good here from Mount Albert. And it was the try scorer Fokava who was right in there, making a good tackle. Excellent tackling again. Cook is in there. Te Kewa rather is going to have to go back. Carly Te Kewa, experienced player for the Marlins. Nathan. Good, solid double contact right there. on header Kemp. She's going to feel that one tomorrow. Joseph. Oh, a little pop pass from Finau. Lamalu taking the gap nicely. Good ruck speed again for Manurewa. Now running onto it is Repia again. And that was the last play. So Benny Repia has to hand the ball over. Mount Albert have survived. Van Gelder smashed straight away by Repia. Poor pass, there's the error. Mount Albert rattled a little bit there by that tough defence from the Marlins that time.
Yeah, I think after defending, it's those outside backs that really need to put their hand up and take the first few hit-ups, give those middles a bit of a rest that have been doing the work in the middle.
Yes, indeed. Well, Manurewa have got a big chance here to score their third try. Nathan to feed the scrum. Her daughter, Joseph, picks it up. And out it comes on this right edge. Try-saving tackle right there. Well, very close to scoring was Ikatule once again. Joseph's lost it and there's going to be a penalty. Just too quick out of dummy half there. It was Cairns, I think. Probably not a bad penalty to give away, Charlotte.
No, definitely not. A penalty's better than a try. But that was a great tackle from Seppa there on the edge. Everyone loves a winger that can tackle.
Absolutely. Here is Joseph again. Mount Albert hunting this third try. Lima that time, another penalty. I don't know when if the referee might lose his patience. The amount of penalties been given up here by these two sides. It's a good power run to the line, but the Kewa is stopped 5 metres short. Joseph at dummy half again. Repia, look at the numbers sweating on her. I don't want to get her big legs pumping. Close to the line. Joseph out to Lamalu. And good offload. Joseph again. Lamalu. This is looking good numbers-wise here for Manurewa. And the try's been scored by Hedda Kemp. Good shape to that play. There's the third try for the Marlins. 12 points to 6.
It was a great offload there from Mary Jane. Just had two people already on her defensively, another defender in the wrong space, and easy numbers out on that left edge again. Good strong run.
Good power drive to the line, wasn't it? From number 4 header Kemp, and there's the offload there that created the space, right, Charlotte?
Yeah, beautiful. Good pass from Roche, good option. I know when you get that close to the line how easy it is to want to dummy and go, but nice and selfless play.
Well, third try for the Marlins. Defending champs are starting to heat up a little bit. Again, going to be interesting to see what sort of shape. They're going to be an interesting team to watch through the comp, aren't they, Charlotte? After what happened on Saturday, absolutely hammered, but with some powerhouses and some big names lurking behind the scenes.
Yeah, none other than Maitoa Federica that you saw before. To come back, she's someone that not only is physical on the field, but is the number one hype person of any team.
So here's Lamalu again. No luck with her conversion so far. And that will continue. 16 minutes to play. Tries to Finau, Kuraheke and Kemp for the Marlins. That one try for Mount Albert to Fokava, converted by Cairns. 12 points to 6 is where we're at. Earlier on this evening, we saw the men's game between Point Chev and Glenora. That was won by Point Chev by 26 points to 12. And don't forget, we're here each Wednesday from 6 o'clock here for Wednesday Night League right the way through until early August. So looking forward to bringing you 2 good games of Auckland Rugby League action each and every week on a Wednesday night. Might have just gone forward off the hands there of Martini, and it has.
She has a little bit of a laugh there, Renice.
Renice Martini, another Akarana 18s player, made the tournament team. Ex-Auckland Girls Grammar. A lot of rep players, even though they're young in this Mount Albert team, a lot of rep players in there.
Looks like both of them are getting a debut this year with their partner Dimitrik playing for the first time on the weekend.
Oh, right, cool. Oh, and there's good commitment, I think, from Turua Quedley. He's going to rule a knock on.
Great pressure there from Mount Albert. They have been starved of the ball so far this game, but when they've got it, they've crossed over. The old cliche, whoever has the ball wins the game. I think that might be the case today.
A big chance here for Mount Albert, 30 metres out, full set. And Martini has it. Takes the tackle. Cairns, Cook standing close to the ruck. Here's that inside play. Filimohala, it is, for Mount Albert. She's keen to get going. Turua Quedley, great little short ball. Terrific score.
Beautiful from Shanice, and that's all she's known for, that beautiful line running and scoring tries. It's good to see her back out on that pitch. A player that was on the way to going to the World Cup, but unfortunately had her ACL done. So it's good to see her having rehabbed, a long journey for her. I hope she enjoys this game.
Yeah, great score by Shanice Moncho. Powerhouse, isn't she? You can just tell that if she can get those big legs pumping, she's a damaging runner.
Yeah, she's deadly, and she's wickedly quick for a second rower. I'm really excited to see her progress throughout this campaign. And I think playing on the outside of someone like Lydia, who again is deceptively quick, I think they're going to be a handful for any team.
She's only 22. Good young prospect.
Yeah, she's got a massive future as long as she keeps her body right.
I look forward to seeing her come through. Now here's Cairns again. And really interesting with 3 unconverted tries. The value of goal kicking is on display right here with 2 out of 2 for Cairns. So we are locked up. And you know, the funny thing too, Charlotte, is Mount Albert have only been down in the 20 twice. And scored both times.
They're running really good shape. You can see they've always got a backdoor option, inside and outside options of the person with the ball. It makes it really hard to defend, and I think that showed just then. The defence didn't know who they should be covering. I think all of those options were on in that sequence of play.
Well, getting good value off their bench too. Filimohala has been decent, and we saw excellent work from Mosatiro last week as well. We haven't seen her on the field just yet. Bukai is a big damaging prop as well. Keep an eye out for those 2 players in the Mount Albert team when they come on the field. Lamalu. Mount Albert got to watch the sidelines here.
Well taken.
Yes. Straight back into the action is Pukaya now. Crowd urging her forward. The referee's called held now. And we can see Mosatiro on the pitch now. Cook. A nice little inside run. Fully Mohala. Mount Albert just starting to ramp it up a little bit, Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Cook playing at this as a ball playing 13. She's really setting up her big, powerful middle forwards there.
Good tackle from Ramalu there. Here's Cook, looks sniping up the middle again. Good roll on here, the Lionesses. Perfect time to score another try, isn't it? Just 10 minutes out from half-time. That's Martini. Out it comes to Fokava. Fokava. Lovely inside ball, and Martini's going over to score another one for Mount Albert. And that is the best try of the game so far.
A beautiful team try there. I think everyone done their job really, really effectively. From the middle forwards to the hooker to Renice there. She first taking it nice and deep into the line, passing and then backing up for that offload.
Good work here. They just flipped the switch all of a sudden, haven't they? Good angled run from Fokava. She is proving as damaging on the left edge as Finau is for Manurewa on the other side of the field. And Martini strolls over to score the try.
And she's another one, actually, that she is currently working in our Tupu Maya program for the Warriors Community Foundation. So it's good to have her visible on Sky for our young girls coming through the program.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And she's all smiles. Look at her.
You see the body language has picked up in the last 5 minutes for this team.
Yeah, it's really good to have such a young team start to play with so much confidence.
Changing goal kicker now with Cairns off the field. And this is Pukaya. Frisia Pukaya. Just not quite getting the angle on it, so the score will remain 16 points to 12. Good comeback here. They were trailing 8-0 at one point. We're Mt Albert. And they're up now by 4. First time they've hit the lead in the game. Oh, yeah, interesting. With Manurewa now, how they're going to respond here. They made a hot start. Lokatui, enjoying yourself.
It'll be good, hopefully, that we can start seeing a bit more, some deep kicks for the kickoff, just to try and play down that end of the field. They know when they get there that they're scoring. They just need to get down there first.
So Lamalu it is. Restart play.
Roche really showing her skill set just then. The ball actually came off the tee before she kicked it, and she kicked it off the ground.
Yeah, pretty talented. Oh, an error from Mt Albert. That might just clip the wind from the sails for a little bit for Pukaya there and Mt Albert, and gives Manurewa a bit of ball now. They haven't had much ball in the last 10 minutes. Now the Marlins will be very keen to execute something here. Back on defence to go Mt Albert. Joseph off the back of the scrum. Passes to her mum. How cool is that, eh? Laurelie Nathan out at first receiver.
That's absolutely awesome, and it just shows you how amazing these women are that play our game.
100%. Fokava making a big shot there on a much smaller player. It was Ikatule who went backwards. Joseph again at dummy half.
Strong defence there.
Lima though does well. Oh, very slow, too slow. I wondered, Martini just getting very keen there, a little keen on dominating the tackle.
Yeah, I think sometimes your arm does get stuck where you've got to show a bit more effort to get out of it.
Well, that's when the player with the ball carrier can try and trap your arm down there.
Exactly. Try and win that penalty.
Speaking of penalties.
As they've done again.
Well, they're not going to muck around here, Manurewa. Important time just before half-time here. I'd love another try. This is Michelle Fitzgerald with the ball. Off the interchange, wearing 11. Joseph to Nathan. And now here comes Repia. Nathan again. Space out on the left here for Finau. There's Lamalu. Good kick. Van Gelder, though. Nicely read there by Summer Van Gelder. It's back to the 20.
Yeah, an interesting play there. I thought they had numbers to burn on that left edge, and I really thought they were going to attack it.
Here's Summer Van Gelder, the 18-year-old. Very talented netballer too. She plays for the Marvels team, which is the feeder team to the Mystics, the ARL Premiership. So, very talented sports person. Lokatui it is for Mt Albert. Christine McCarty at dummy half. Has a little dab, the winger.
Runs into some heavy contact. Done well to find her front though, play fast.
Turua Quedley looking to give Mons Cho another chance on that right flank. Got that try earlier, and she's earned a team a penalty now. Good energy from the sideline too, Charlotte, from both teams at the moment.
They're definitely a lot more vocal than the men's game was. Love hearing that, though. That's what the sport's about.
Well, one more try here for Mount Albert before half-time. Will give them a lot of confidence going into the sheds. Turua Quedley. And it's Mons Cho again. 30 metres out. Pukaya. Oh, great dummy. Love it. Good post meters, and she's looking for the offload. Good play.
Great play there. Good line run by Moana Cook. She'll be happy with her dummy there.
There's Cook. Speaking of Cook, that's the goal line right there. Good tackle by Aria. And the referee's just going to stop play, and the momentum was all there for the Lionesses, but the referee is concerned with the injured player. He needn't be in the end because she's just bounced up. Okay, has Aria. Turua Quedley, good short ball again to Pukaya. Amosa Tiro. That's Turua Quedley with a fancy footwork, and it's been picked up by the Marlins, who survive.
Just looking a little bit clunky there with their shape and who was going to run there. I think Lydia had only one option, which was to run.
And now the defence is a bit too keen for the referee's liking. So the Marlins are going to get a chance to get downfield. Kuruheke, the try scorer. Away she goes, and welcome to the game. You've got to do things with intent in rugby league, otherwise that will happen.
Do. Yes, especially when you've got Shanice running at you, ready to defend.
Ikatule from the right centre position with the next carry. She's been good in the game so far. Here's Lamalu. Oh, that's heavy defence. High tackle. High tackle. Oh, this game's got plenty of spice in it now. Malu it was. Yeah, Mons Cho it was. Just a little high there on Gray. It looked a bit worse than it probably was, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think she's also grabbed the shoulder of the sleeve, so it's kind of slid up with her, kind of making it look like she's choking her a bit, but I don't think it was that bad.
I don't think it was that bad either. Alia with a good tackle there. Helene Alia is on, number 17, and another penalty. Gee, that's 3 penalties in a row against Mount Albert.
Yeah, Mount Albert needs to be careful here. Getting this close to the end of the first half, everyone knows this is when the mistakes and the tries start coming in, and they can really dictate the win or loss of a game.
Well, we just talked about how Mount Albert would have loved to try before half-time, and all of a sudden, as Gray takes the first carry, it now swings to Manurewa. We've got a chance, 22 metres out. Lamalu. Good tackling again. Tailenga, it is with the ball for the Marlins. Joseph slots into dummy half again. So here are the Lionesses hard on defence. So far, they're handling it okay. There's still tackles left in the set, though. We're into the last 90 seconds. Fitzgerald playing that one. Good tackle there on Poilema. He's going to have to go back and play it. Well, Finau's out here, remember? Oh, tough pass. Tough pass out on that left wing for Kuruheke. It's always going to be hard for her to handle that one in these wet conditions, Charlotte.
Yeah, definitely. They have been attacking a lot down that left edge, and I think just at that time they had lost a bit of shape.
Well, Mount Albert survived, but they've got to execute with intent here. Ooh, little error in the play the ball. So, last minute, Manurewa will need to get the scrum packed quickly. They have a chance of one more attack here on the Lionesses. Lamalu, ready to feed the scrum. Nathan. Good hands coming in from Ikatule once again. She's hit hard. Tackling is fierce from Mt Albert in this game. That was Martini that time. With a good hit as she goes in to make another tackle. Time on Paulima. Last few seconds of this first half. Last play now, Nathan. Not a bad option to kick it. Well, it seems to have come forward there off Gray. And in the end, Mt Albert are going to go to the sheds with a 4-point lead. Good effort from them. They trailed 8-0 early with tries to Fino and Koroheke. They came back with tries to Fokava and Monscho. And then added in one near the end to Martini. Kemp scored a try too for Manurewa. Good game of Women's and League Premiership coming up in the second half here at North Harbour Stadium. It's Mt Albert leading by 16 points to 12.
Play for Ponsonby Ponies Rugby League Club, Football Club. Ponsonby United Rugby League Football Club. Okay. I play for Ponsonby Ponies Rugby League. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Kia ora, my name's John Sell.
Hi, I'm Melania Cairns.
My name is Monica Whakasilia and
Alyssa Malatinia. My name is Manurewa Marlins.
My name is Sophia Malisi. Kia ora and whakalawhalahi atu. My name is Daniela Paina. I play for Ponsonby Ponies.
I play for the Manurewa Marlins.
I play for Irahu Rovers.
I play for Glenora.
Otara Scorpion Women's.
For Mt Albert Lionesses.
And I play for the Howard Hornets.
What I love about my club is that it's really family orientated. It's all about the community, and I've only been at Otara Rugby League Club for 2 years, but just everything about the club is just really family orientated and so welcoming.
Because that's the first club I played for when I started playing league, and I feel like they're really inclusive, like supporting the girls, but you know, there's always improvement. But yeah.
I chose to play for my club because it's been around my family for a long time. My dad played and it's really supportive of women's rugby.
I love my club because we're really welcoming to all newbies and oldies. Really excited for our changes, for all our supporters we have and the sponsors we got this year too as well.
So I grew up in Grey Lynn ever since I was little, born and bred, you know, central based, and I think it means more to me than just playing footy on the field. I have, my mum played for Ponies when she was younger, and my siblings and my babies too, and I coached them, so woo, winning.
The things I most love about my club is the support it gives, the culture there and the coaches and the team.
I just love it how they create opportunities, not just for our older ladies, but for the grassroots of our younger girls that are coming through, and that's all about it. Rugby league, enjoying the game and just meeting new people, and especially the young teenagers, because back when I started there was no pathway for them. So just creating opportunities for them, for our next generation.
Half time here in the Women's Premiership match between Mt Albert and Manurewa. And right now it's Mt Albert leading by 16 points to 12. It really is a finely balanced game, this one. And there's been 5 tries in the game. In fact, 6 tries in the game, so evenly split. And here's the first one, Charlotte. What a powerhouse try from Mary Jane Finau.
Yeah, great ball runner. We know how deadly she is. As you can see, she also loves to offload. Just strong, dominating, exactly what you need from a second rower. Well,
she scored that first try and then created the second one. Here she is here, the number 12. Big fend. And creating space for Koreheki to score.
Yeah, beautiful fend to the face. No one likes that. And yeah, great skill set to get it away.
Koreheki just wondering whether she got that down. And then on the other side, this sparked Mt Albert into action. That's Falcava going over to score the try. Beautiful work by her. And then Kemp was powering over for the third try for Manurewa. Gave him a 12-6 lead at this point, Charlotte. But back came Mt Albert.
And pretty much Shanice just said, anything Mary Jane can do, I can do. Watch my side as well.
Yeah, Shanice Monchot is having a good battle between Mary Jane Finau and Monchot. And now the try that gave the lead to Mt Albert. This was good team rugby league.
Yeah, it was beautiful skill set, good support play there, big smiles from Renice. And as you said before, how important is the kicking?
Yes, Renice Martini. And those 2 tries converted by Melania Cairns gave Mt Albert the difference, the 4 points, the margin at half time. Well, last season, in fact, we'll get to that in just a moment as we get the stats. And in fact, those are stats from the previous game, which will hopefully get to our stats of this game for you shortly. Thanks, Dan. Well done. You'll keep your job till next week, mate. 55% it is for Manurewa, 45% for Mt Albert. And that completion rate for Manurewa is very good. So basically, looking at all those stats, you'd actually think Manurewa should be probably leading, shouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely by the look of those stats. I think what Mt Albert can take into this is the knowledge that when they are playing down the right end of the field, that they're crossing over and they're actually putting points on the board. Just needing to cut out those error rates, and I do think that they'll be a force to reckon with.
Indeed. So half-time here, it's Mt Albert leading Manurewa by 16 points to 12. Now, last season, the ARL caught up with our very own Rochelle Tamarua, who referees at International, NRLW, NZRL and Auckland levels, and is driving the direction of our local referees.
When you get on that field, you walk out with confidence, with your shoulders held back. You wear your jersey with pride. You blow your whistle confidently. Everyone on the sideline knows exactly who you are. I'm Rochelle Tamarua. I am the Referees Development Officer at Auckland Rugby League. I deliver programs in our clubs, workshops as well, to help develop, upskill and nurture our referees in the minimal grades. Myself, I referee the top side, which is our Fox football. You'll see the passion that I have for not only rugby league but for refereeing.
Yeah, it's going good. He's doing a really good job. He's letting the game flow. The kids are responding really well.
The biggest communication, believe it or not, is a whistle. I have my whistle right next to me in my handbag. It's always there, yeah. The louder and the more powerful you blow your whistle, the more respect that you get from not only the players, but the coaches and the spectators, because they know what's going on. Their spectators, their supporters are, they're the heart of the club too. I get along really well with all the clubs. All 32 clubs in Auckland. That's all my affiliations, so that's Auckland Rugby League. We're not separate. We're not a referee, and you're not just players. We come together and we work as one. Anyone can referee. You need a level of mental toughness, and you've got to have the passion, obviously. We've got younger female that are joining, and we've got our elders that are still refereeing the game for our kids, and so we bring them together. I'm going to make sure that I carry on until I can't no more. It's my passion. This is my dream. Yeah, I'm living it right now. Full time.
Half-time here at North Harbour Stadium, and it's Mt Albert leading by 16 points to 12, and looking forward to the second half of this game in this Women in League Premiership Round 2 match. Earlier tonight, it was Point Chev getting home against Glenora by 26 points to 12 in the Fox Memorial Premiership in a rematch of last year's grand final. And we are looking forward to bringing you much more rugby league through the year here at grassroots level in the Auckland competitions on a Wednesday night. 2 games live here on Sky Sport. And we hope you're enjoying the coverage. As just like the first half, Charlotte Scanlon, a big shower of rain greets the players for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, but the pace that they're playing this game, hopefully they're keeping nice and warm down there. We're grateful that we're up here in this massive tower.
Well, that's until you have to go down and do the after-match interviews again.
Oh, yeah. But then home to bed after that,
yeah,
I think.
exactly. So Mt Albert are going to have the wind behind them in the second half. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see how they use that to their advantage. But playing into the wind, they've been great.
Yeah, they've been awesome. I really do hope that they kind of tidy up the start and end of each of those halves, though, going into this one. Just I find they found their rhythm, but then they kind of lose it again. Where Manurewa, I think they started really, really well and then lost their way towards the middle and then found it back again at the end.
Yeah.
So it'll be, again, who controls the majority of the game.
So referee gets the second half underway. And it's going to be Mt Albert playing with the wind. So Manurewa in the black shorts have the possession. Start the second half, and straight away Renice Martini gets up there into the faces of the Manurewa ball carriers. Oh, and a couple of other defenders get in there. Moana Cook, great initial contact from her. She's not the biggest player, is she, Moana Cook, but she doesn't lack heart or courage.
No, definitely not. That was great first up contact.
Tasha Davey, the coach of Mt Albert, in there demanding excellence from her players, just like Rusty Matua for the Manurewa Marlins. But their ball handling and security at the moment has been good in the set. The Marlins. Joseph waits at dummy half. Bit of space for her to have a little dab perhaps on the halfway line, but Cook's in there, making the tackle again.
Just caught the markers having a little bit of a nap there. Just ran straight past them.
Tough play the ball there for the Marlins as they get to their kick, and it's Lamalu. A little bit dicey there, waiting for that one. Good chase by Lamalu. Love the chase too from Kaylin Ikatule as well. Good tackle from her as Van Gelder slots into dummy half. And now Christine McCarty. She's going nowhere fast. Turua Quedley. You can see the pace that she plays at every time she touches the ball. She's just got that sharpness about her. Oh, little error there at the play the ball. And yes, referee's going to pick that one up. Helene Ale, it was. Just dropping the ball there.
I think both teams have gone in and their coaches have hyped them back up because both of them have come out and are playing at a really high intensity. I agree with you there with Lydia. I think every time she does touch the ball, she's quite a crafty little player where that change of pace just really catches the defence off a little bit and she can create something magical for her outsides.
Laurelie Nathan to feed the scrum. Lamalu. Ikatule. Been playing well on the centres. Taking some tough carries in this game for the Marlins. Oh, there's the little error. Just getting a little bit offline was Michelle Fitzgerald. She'll be disappointed. Don't want to give the ball back cheaply to the opponent, do you?
No, definitely not. The Lionesses have a really good defensive structure down through the middle of this field. They're getting their splits right. Summers directing from the back, being nice and vocal, making sure that all her players throughout that middle know where they're going.
Martini. Van Gelder almost getting on the outside there of Aria, her opposite. I was going to say her opposite number. They're playing the same position. Van Gelder and Aria. Dab from dummy half. There's Lokatui. Good initial contact made by Nathan, but in the end, Mosatiro it was. Bouncing out of those tackles for the Lionesses. Lokatui at dummy half. Now Martini again. Nice to try and create uncertainty in the defence again. Now Cook. Looking to get Turua Quedley into the game. Van Gelder in from fullback. Last play now for Mt Albert. Turua Quedley into dummy half. Pukaya. Got to look for the offload. It's the last play. And in the end, the Marlins will get the turnover.
I don't think she knew that was the last play there, taking it in so easily. I think also the halves didn't know either. Martini there.
Yeah, Fokava and Martini having a field day there. And now the big D comes in again from Fokava. That's 2 big hits in a row from her. She's been one of the standouts in the game. Number 11 here for Mt Albert. And that one's hurt. Ikatule just a touch. Oh.
How good is it seeing a half that loves tackling?
Well, boy, oh boy, that's some big tackle from Mosatiro, but the referee says there was some offside play there.
It's a call that's been made quite a bit this game, and I really do hope that the players start adjusting a bit better, just so that the game can flow a bit smoother.
Absolutely. Finau for Manurewa. Lamalu. Again, Mt Albert's defence is very keen, isn't it? Joseph. They're up very fast again, and there's the error perhaps. I tell you what, Joseph did super to hang on to that one. Now a run from Hailinga for Manurewa. They haven't made too many metres in this set. It's been very good defensive set for Mt Albert so far. Benny Repia. Last play now for Manurewa. What can they do? Are they going to run it? No, Lamalu goes to the boot. Good take. There was some heat coming down there, Charlotte.
Yeah, great take from Seppa there. A little bit of a bobble, but ended up being nice and safe under that high ball.
Pati Seppa Kinyeki on that left wing side. Of course, her brother's a half-decent player too. Played for counties in the NZRL 20s this year. And came good at the end of the season. Christine McCarty for Mt Albert. Tiro is still out there. So Ken still on the interchange. She'll come back on towards the end of the contest. Tiro played for Akarana last year. Good little jab, good tackle from Lamalu. She's been all effort in this game. Remember, these players are backing up from a full 80 minutes on Saturday, most of these players. Here's a good kick from Turua Quedley. Well taken. Good chase from Mt Albert. Was Vanessa Gray who was chased down. Good tackle from Van Gelder, but referee gives away or gives a penalty there for Manurewa.
I think Manurewa need to go back to how they were playing at the beginning of this game, a bit more direct, playing with a bit more speed. I think at the moment they're being a little bit one-off and kind of letting one player take it up every time. I think when they go back to running those ruck plays, getting it out to an edge, and really having a hot crack, then I think they'll get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, well, and just to re-emphasise your point there, we haven't really seen Finau get involved in the game for a while now. They haven't been able to get good clean ball to her, have they?
No, they haven't, and I think that's created from our ruck speed. They they need to make sure that they're going down and they're playing fast footy.
Ikatule, there's Cook in there leading the charge again.
She's been outstanding today, hasn't she?
Just all energy, isn't she? There she is again, making another tackle there. What a workhorse she is.
It'll be good to see how she lasts, coming from a 7-minute half to a 40-minute half.
Well, she played a full 80 minutes on Saturday as well too, Charlotte.
Some really good fitness in sevens, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Oh, speak of the devil.
She just loves the physical contact, number 13. Not the biggest player, but it's got a big heart. Tudua Quedley in there making a tackle this time. On Bini Repia. Lamalu. Here goes her kick. Ooh, was it out on the full? Just it was, yes.
Just.
Another good defensive set that has to be said from Mount Albert though, Charlotte. They have been fantastic in the second half so far.
Yeah, defensively they're really working together. They're getting numbers in every single tackle. They're backing it up. They're getting back on side. They're just effort plays all around from them. Oh, good tackle there from Manurewa.
Yeah, Cook with the opposing run again. Here's McCarty, Pamela McCarty. Out there now for her second stint in the contest. Oh, little error. That referee's going to give Mount Albert a penalty. So lots of penalties, and now this is Mount Albert's chance too, isn't it? They're inside the 20. They're inside the 20 with a full set here as McCarty picked up. It's a loose carry. Now the referee could have played advantage there as he ruled knock-ons both ways there.
Yeah, interesting. I thought she was away for all money.
He's going to give the feed to the Marlins.
Still 30 minutes to play here, and I can see some really tired bodies out there. It's going to be who can hold on the longest. We haven't seen a try in a while, so hopefully we can see some exciting footy moving forward.
And we've got no change to the halftime score. Great pickup by Lamalu.
Great defensive pressure again there from Mount Albert.
Yeah, it's been excellent in the second half. It's been the feature of the second half so far. Cook in there again. No post-contact meters at all that Manurewa are able to generate at the moment. Repia. That's better. Good run, strong run. Oh, and that gets the attention of the referee again.
Yeah, I think the other players around Lydia then needed to really come in and help her. She's not the biggest half on the field, so she needed a bit more support to be taking on a player like that. Great, strong run there. Nice close contact meters.
100% now. Repia might be the go-to player again.
Ducking under the shot there.
Gray it is. Joseph. And now Lamalu. Oh, goes. Execution just lacking there for Manurewa. Idea was right.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be happy with that. I know that their standards are a lot higher, and to be losing it on the second play on a simple cut. But however, hopefully their defense can step it up and then they can get the ball back.
Tudua Quedley to feed the scrum. 16 points to 12 for Carver. Monschau and Martini, the try scorers for Mt Albert. Finau, Koroheke and Kemp for Manurewa. Moana Cook has the ball. Now Marie Fruin, the young prop, 18 years of age, back out there now for Mt Albert. Mosatiro still out there, making a nuisance of herself again and wins another penalty. Lots of penalties being handed out by the referee at the moment. Brent Newton. Here's Fruin again. Mosatiro at dummy half. Cook waiting. Close to the ruck again. Gets through a Quedlian to the game. There's a bit of space there, but there's obstruction. Didn't like the Turua Quedley running behind the defender or her teammate.
Yeah, interesting call there. I didn't quite think that Lydia had actually gone behind the player, but...
Well, maybe there's a bit of
different.
justice
right
there, Charlotte. Oh,
the solid crunching tackle there.
Yeah, big shot on Christine McCarty. Here's Cook. Nice and direct again is Moana Cook. Now there's an opportunity here for Mt Albert. It's McCarty, Pamela McCarty this time. Chance for the first try in the second half for Mt Albert. Turua Quedley. It's Mons Chow. And beautifully done. In goes this try scorer, Chloe Tiariki Mana. And it is 20 points to 12.
Great hands there by Shanice to be able to get that pass away. Winger pointing, put the ball down.
Good stuff from Mons Chow, and over goes Tiariki Mana. Hasn't seen too much ball in the game. Just had a feeling, didn't it, that try was coming, Charlotte?
Yeah, definitely. They have really nice direct plays, Mt Albert. On that one, they had that diamond shape that we see quite often in rugby league. The inside and the outside player, as well as someone out the back, which was Lydia being able to give that ball away to Shanice and score that try.
Gets Mt Albert out by 8 points too now, Charlotte, beyond the 6-point margin, which means Manurewa needs to score twice. Getting sick of the rain? I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I keep looking at it thinking, is it raining out there or is it stopped? But no, definitely still raining. I think the handling from these girls has actually been pretty good considering this. The conditions. Both of them are still wanting to play footy, which is awesome. I think it's a lot easier if they were to just go one-offs, but they're not. They're saying, hey, let's play some top quality footy and let's make it a show for everyone back home.
At least it's not cold though, eh?
Yeah, no.
20 points to 12. So it's an 8-point game, but given they were down 8-0, it's a pretty good comeback. And they looked all at sea really in the first 10 minutes, didn't they? They didn't look organised, they looked shell-shocked, but they've knuckled down and come back into the game and now dominating their opponent in the second half.
Yeah, and I think that's a credit to their coach, Tasha Davey. I think she would have gone in, told them to settle down, get those messages on, play our shape, play our style, defend hard, and I think that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, they certainly have. So 23 minutes to play. Manurewa got to come back here. Got to dig deep now with a loss in their first game the other day against Otara. Now Mt Albert have the chance of being back into the competition. A chance to go 2-0 to start the season. Now that was a close call either way, wasn't it?
Yes, it really was. Manurewa will be happy with that though. There's plenty of time on the clock for Manurewa to come back into this game. I think they just need to settle things down, go back to how they started, and make sure that those strike players like Mary Jane Finau get their hands on the ball and run those nice lines.
They need to score next though, don't they, Charlotte? They won't want to go 24, maybe 26-12 down.
And a lucky recover there.
Yeah, Katule did well. She's had a good game. Straight into the action comes Tekiwa. Tekiwa, though, initial contact was good, but she got driven back in the end. Joseph. See if they get these big ball runners from Fitzgerald. Manurewa can get some go forward from these middle forwards. Repia back on the inside. Finau, and that's initially high from Pamela McCarty. So a penalty.
That's exactly what I was just talking about, getting her back into the game. This is a lot more direct here from Manurewa.
Repia with the first carry of this next set. 20 metres out. This is their chance. They haven't been down here pretty much in the second half at all. That's Kemp, who got the last try for Manurewa in the first half. And Cook's down injured. Well, that'll be a blow to Mount Albert. Well, it might be cramp again.
Yep. Looks like cramp the way that they're lifting her leg up.
They got a lot of cramp in that tail of that last. All the three games actually on Saturday, didn't we?
We sure did.
Yeah.
A lot of Ks put on the legs in those games.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, some players like Cook are putting some more Ks on now.
Yeah, she's
4
a
days
classy
later.
player, and I love seeing her in the middle in this change of roles, and I hope she's enjoying it.
Hopefully she's okay. It's Joseph. Gets things cooking again for Manurewa.
Oh, it actually looks like they're taking her off the field.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
She's a massive loss for Mount Albert.
So there's a massive run by Manu Koa. Good ruck speed here for Manurewa. Here's Kemp again. Oof. Good contact. Good shot on her. Here to Kemp. Lamalu. Repia standing a bit wider of the ruck this time. Lamalu, good support play. Might burn them on the outside. Oh, the forward pass. The forward pass. Gray thought she was in for a try, not to be. That pass will forward to Gray from Lamalu. Can't have been much in that one.
Nah, there can't have been. I think she'll be a bit gutted with that outcome.
Well, Mount Albert survive, but only just. Fokava.
A way better passage of play there from Manurewa, though.
Definitely. Good run. That was an excellent run by Ngeke. Now Van Gelder. Cairns is back out there now to end the game for Mount Albert. Such an advantage to have two good hookers in your team. Gives your options. And now Fokava, right on the halfway line.
Yeah, and having two good hookers just makes sure that the pace of the game stays high. It gives those middle forwards a nice platform, someone who can pass nice and direct to them.
Rain is really coming in now, and there's Turua Quedley's kick. Kicking with the breeze, and there, the bounce. Too strong that time, but still that's not the worst result when you're 20-12 up with 18 to play, and you're playing with the wind, and you've got your defenders playing well.
Yeah, definitely, and as we saw in the previous game with Point Chev and Glenora, that kick out there is deadly. It's the men's team, they crossed it over lots of times, so for these females, we're not doing too bad.
Absolutely. Oh,
great
Turua
tackle.
Quedley, good tackle. Finished off beautifully there by Pamela McCarty. Again, these tackles from Mount Albert are not missing, are they?
No, they're connected. Look at that defensive line. The marker's working. Oh.
Monschau did well there to hang on to Finau. He's a tough player to bring down. Good little dab from dummy half from Joseph. In fact, it's great. It's an Undu team a penalty.
Yeah, I think the marker there just being called offside.
Ikatule with the next carry for Manurewa rather. Joseph. A little ball playing here from Te Kewa. Again, the tackling is good on Hera Kemp. Away goes Joseph. Good run by the dummy half. And she got support. Good tackle by Martini. Manurewa, good pass. Out on that right wing side goes Whitaker. Great try. What a finish there. Kataraina Whitaker has scored for Manurewa, and she loves it, and rightly so.
That was an awesome pass from Kali Takawa as well to start off that passage of play.
Good runs too from Joseph.
This little footwork. She's an ex-winger, so she knows all about that footwork and how to manipulate the defence. Oh, beautiful finish though there.
She had a bit of work to do, didn't she?
She did. She had two covering defenders coming across, and she still managed to stay in this wet condition.
Yeah, great try from Kataraina Whitaker. So, here's the conversion. Doesn't get much more difficult than this on a rugby league field. Kicking into a strong breeze with pounding rain in your face right from the sideline.
Moments
I
like
think
this
if she kicks this, they should give her 4 points.
I'm just glad I was never a kicker, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's Rikshayla Manu. Yeah, always going to be a tough one there for Lamanu. So 20 points to 16. Game on again, isn't it? Back to a 4-point margin.
15 and a half to go. It's definitely anyone's game. Manurewa seemed to have found their stride again, changed the momentum of the game, and have really started to attack.
So here we go. Oh, another kickoff. That's a coach killer if you're Rusty Matua right now.
Yeah, it's definitely something I think both of these coaches need to be looking at moving forward into the season, is making sure that when you're receiving that kick, that it's not going out.
What an opportunity here for Mt Albert. Mt Albert getting close again. Cairns with that great little dab from dummy half. And now charging is Fruin. She is held up really well there. Good tackling by Manurewa. Needed to be done that time. Cairns. Now it's Amosatiro. Good defence so far from Manurewa, but it needs to continue to the end of the set. Van Gelder! Summer Van Gelder's over to score the try.
And look how happy she is about it. That was a beautifully worked short side play there from Mt Albert, starting with Renice, playing out the back to, I think it was just straight to Summer, with again those inside and outside players. That diamond shape that we've talked about, it makes it so much harder to defend. And we still had Seppa out on that wing ready to score herself.
Well, Summer Van Gelder, fantastic try. 24 points to 16 now with the kick to come. Oh, tough them. Always tough, isn't it, for Pakaya on that far side of the field, but 24 points to 16.
We love that. We love she can have a laugh about it. It's definitely slippery conditions out there.
Oh, plenty of people have fallen over trying to get conversions before.
100%. She's not the first and she won't be the last.
I remember doing that myself one day back in the day. 24 to 16, but there were no TV cameras on that game for me. So, yeah. Now, that's nice to see Summer Van Gelder go over. As we said earlier, talented sports person, very good netball player as well.
Very good netball player. So it's good to see her not putting all her eggs in one basket and giving rugby league a chance.
Yeah, well, she made the tournament team last year at the National 18s. So, see where she goes down the track with what sport. Might be her preference, or she might continue to play both for a while. We'll see. Well, there's 11 minutes to play, 8-point game. Pamela McCarty winding up. Mount Albert can sniff victory with that try to Van Gelder. Cairns. Straight back into the action comes Filimoihala. She's on the halfway line. Good return of the football here so far by Mount Albert. Muscle Tiro gives it back to Pamela McCarty again. It's better defence from the Marlins. Cairns. Turua Quedley. She got shragged there in a dangerous manner by Tailenga. And good to see Turua Quedley bounce out of that one okay.
Yeah, you can just see there, even just a little bit of footwork, her change of pace, and just defensively, she's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, she's got that just speed off the mark when she wants.
Yeah, definitely. And I think once the players around her start working well with her in combinations, it's going to be really hard for any team to kind of defend that.
Yeah, Turua Quedley. She's 24 years of age, pretty experienced player. Richmond Roses player last year. Also has experience in Australia as well. Here she is again, looking to cook something up for her team, and it's Moncho.
She's also a mum of a beautiful baby boy. The fact that she's coming out, she's playing the way she is, she's looking the way she is, and she's as fit as she is an inspiration to anyone out there.
Absolutely. Hamosa Tiro it is. 15 metres out. Cairns. Passing the ball to Filimoihala. That's good play. Nice support play from Martini. The try line is right there and it's been dropped. Frustration there for Filimoihala. That was looking promising for Mount Albert.
Yeah, I think that's always the danger when the first few offloads stick, you're always wanting to push that last one. I think if we had just taken that in, it would have set the platform to have another strike. Manurewa done well there with their scramble D.
They did. Now they've got 90 metres to go. They know if they can strike back here, it'll be game on again. We'll be in for a thrilling last 8 or 7 minutes. Here's Joseph. Back to Gray. Little error at the play the ball, gee. Can't be much in that one, but there was enough there. chance here for Mount Albert now, Charlotte.
Yeah, and I think one more try is really going to take it away. With only 8 minutes to go left in this game, I think they'll be happy to cross over one more time and take a bit of pressure off themselves.
Well, we'll see if they can execute. Cairns off the back of the scrum. Martini. Now Van Gelder, who got that last try. Oh, she's using her netball skills there, wasn't she? As Kingeke picked up the ball.
She was. I don't know if Seppa really agreed with that pass, but she gathered it up.
She did well. Martini again. Mosatiro, they've got lots of ball players out there at the moment, Mount Albert. Cairns. It's lost by Filimoe Hala. Just behind her, that pass. Again, just lacking the execution. So back on defence they go, Mount Albert, but they don't seem to mind that.
No, I think they're just happy to be out there playing some good footy. You can actually see as they're running through that there's a lot of people pointing. They all know what they're doing. As you can see, some are out the back already organising her defence. I think it's a well-organised team we've got here.
Ikatule, yeah, particularly on defence. The tackling has just stuck the whole game. Manurewa do in these last little moments. Takawa. Again, they're down to make the tackle, but Manukoa has been effective up the middle, hasn't she? And she gets a penalty that time.
Yes, Pam there just flopping a little bit just after the tackle had already been made. We
now need to execute this kick. Yeah, hasn't made touch. Good return there by Mount Albert. Just what they were looking for, something like that with 5.5 to go. Martini. Good fend. Filimoe Hala that time, holding onto the ball nicely. In fact, that was Poikaya with a run. There's Filimoe Hala getting wound up this time up the middle. Not deterred by her drop balls. Look at that. That's a great run.
That was a great run. Good determination through her own leg drive. Her post-contact meters will be phenomenal.
Turua Quedley. Well, she ran into some heavy traffic eventually in Takawa, but it was a nice probing run by the 5'8". Martini's got it for Mount Albert. Now Van Gelder up from fullback. Good support play from Martini. That's the try line right there. Still there from Kingeke. Last play now for the Lionesses. Oh, the pass. It's a terrible pass, just picked up in time by a Mosatiro. Now might open up here. It's Monshao. It's a double for Shanice Monshao. And that should be that for Mount Albert.
Yeah, and you can hear that sideline absolutely loving that passage of play there from Mount Albert. Great linking, great vision to see that space on that outside. And obviously Shanice, when she's that close to the try line, she's hard to stop.
Well, that pass was a shocker, but they made something from nothing, didn't they? And Mosatiro, great work from her to set this up.
Yeah. Beautiful floating pass there. Good footwork as well from Shanice.
Well, she came off the interchange. She was 18th player, I think, actually on the weekend, but so gets a start today. And every time she's touched the ball, she's looked threatening. So great effort from the Mt Albert Lionesses team. Remember, they're pretty much out there too with a completely different backline. It's the one that played on Saturday. And they're going to go 2 wins from 2 here to start the season.
I do think that was a purposeful play from the coach there. making sure that her players are rested. They've had amazing numbers down at their trainings, which shows the growth within New Zealand and our game, with them getting 29 to 30 something players down to every training, backing up from a Saturday to a Wednesday. That's a really quick turnaround, and these girls are happy to have the rest, and then some that are still playing are very much happy to still be playing.
Yeah, to just re-emphasise that point, Lydia Turua-Quedley is the only player backing up in the back line from the weekend. The rest of them all didn't play, and the others to back up in the starting pack are Cairns and Cook, and that is and McCarty, Pam McCarty. So there's only 5 in there that are backing up from Saturday.
Awesome depth within their squad. I think they'll be really excited moving forward if they can stick together as a unit.
Well, it gives Tasha Davies some I guess questions to be answered on what her best lineup will be as well going forward, which is again a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, great problem to have as a coach, and a great learning as well for a coach to be able to make sure that the culture stays strong and that everyone stays committed to the team.
Well, great effort from Mount Albert as we're inside the last 2 minutes now. Let's talk about Manurewa briefly too, Charlotte. A much better effort from them after Saturday's shocker against Otara.
Yeah, I think Rusty can take a lot of confidence from this game to see how much they've improved in just a couple of days. I don't know what he put in the water, but it seems to have worked. They came out firing when they first started. It's really exciting to see them be able to improve in such a short amount of time. So with a whole campaign ahead of them, I'm sure we're going to see great things from this team.
Well, this is a great set from Mount Albert to end the game here. Turua-Quedley looking to unleash this right edge again. Here's Van Gelder. Van Gelder! Just short. Last play now for Mount Albert. Cairns is right there, and there's another try. You can see that one coming. Melania Cairns goes over. Mount Albert, one of their best sets off the game, finishes deservedly with a 4-pointer.
Oh, and you can just see Roche down there with cramp. The worst possible time to get cramp. She rolls straight over, leaving a bit of space there in between for the number 9 to be able to cross over.
Yeah, Lamanu has been a real workhorse for her team today, just giving it everything, but it's not going to get the win for her side today. In the end, Mount Albert, with 2 tries in the last 2 minutes, really do move clear on the defending champs on the scoreboard. So it's going to be Frisia Pakaya who converted the last try of Monsho. Can she finish this game in style? She's sliding away to the right. So 34-16, a really good win for Mount Albert. That's their second win from 2 games. And they claim the win by 34-16. Well, they were led by 16-12 at halftime. They scored 3 tries in the first half. They ended up getting another 3 in the second. Tiariki Mana got the first try. In fact, they got 4 tries in the second half. Van Gelder, Monsho got a second, and Cairns got that try right at the end of the game. Just the 1 try to Manurewa in the second half. It was a good one too, scored by Kataraina Whitaker. But in the end, Manurewa will continue to fight hard as they head into their 3rd game on Saturday week. But Mount Albert making a brilliant start to 2023 with 2 wins on the trot to start the season, beating the Marlins by 34-16. We'll wrap it all up for you from North Harbour Stadium very shortly. So 34-16, Mount Albert. Very good win over Manurewa. Those try scorers again, Fokava, Monshao, who got 2. Martini got the try in the first half. Tiariki, Mana, Van Gelder and Cairns were the try scorers for the Lionesses. So they did really well to pull clear of Manurewa. Let's have a look at some of these tries in the second half. It was a long period with no tries, but this is the first one. Tiariki Mana going over on that right edge. So she got her first try of the season. That eased the score out 20-12. That was the first try in the second half. And then Whitaker on the right wing side here for Manurewa did brilliantly here. Takawa with the pass, but Whitaker still had plenty of work to do, the diminutive winger, and she powered over really strongly. And that pulled her team back to within 4, but from there it was all Mount Albert who finished with 2 tries. There's the first one to Van Gelder. In fact, it was 3 tries. Summer Van Gelder, the fullback, going over, and then this pass wobbly, but Amaso Tiro did really well to create something here. And it was Monshao who went over to score her second try. Promising back rower, only 20 years of age. Back from a major knee injury. And then this try to Melania Cairns right near the end. And that was that for Mount Albert to win the game by 18 points in the end, 34 points to 16. Are we standing by for some after-match news? We are we? I think we are. Chat first. Stats. I thought you said chat. Stats. Okay, let's have a look at the stats. Mount Albert actually turned that possession around in the second half, finished with 52%. Their completion rates for both teams was, well, let's say it's got room for improvement. And 9 line breaks, encouraging sign, but the tackling really was powerful by Mount Albert as they outscored the Marlins today by 7-4 on the try front. Right, we can go down now to some after-match reaction. Here's Charlotte Scanlon.
Congratulations, Shanice, on an awesome win. Started off a little bit slow. What was kind of said on field to kind of turn the game around?
I think it was just our connection. We were quite off on the start, and then obviously the rain, it was hard for us to adjust. We haven't really trained in the rain yet. It's been buggy and not really raining, but yeah, I think once we started talking and realising our mistakes, we got better.
What has been the focus for you girls in your pre-season leading up to the start of the season on Saturday and then backing up again today?
I think our biggest thing was recovery. Having our Saturday game, a lot of our girls were really sore. It's been a while playing, so our biggest thing was recovery and then coming back on Wednesday stronger.
Awesome. And what are you going to focus on going forward for the season? It is a long season. There's some tough competition out there. What will you be looking at and improving?
I think just connection, Once you have the connection and the trust within the team, you're good to go. You're free to score the tries and you'll be playing with each other.
Nice work, and it's so good to see you back out there.
Thank you.
You're done good.
I need some help, okay? We're going to have
so good.
train together. Interviews.
Kia ora. What an awesome start to the game, and a way better start than on Saturday. What was said to come out before you came out onto this field?
Just about completion, starting off strong and just having fun pretty much. We're a new team, we're looking at rebuilding, and it's all about getting all our players a run. We've got a few girls from 2 teams, we've gone down to 1, so there's a few girls, a lot of duets, and it's just about giving everyone a run pretty much.
Yeah, I love that. And you had some storming runs yourself. How are you finding the seniors within the team and their role stepping up as those older players are kind of having either injuries or a bit of a break?
For us, it's more so about the rebuild. Whether we're experienced or I'm still new to the game, still learning. And yeah, it's just about getting around our new players and building them up. And giving them the experience.
Nice. And what do you think you're going to do to kind of improve on today's performance moving forward?
Just starting, back at trainings. It all starts at trainings. That's where the championships are won. That's where it all counts at trainings, and the Saturdays and the Wednesdays are just for the fun.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations for a good performance out there, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yes, there we are. So, we'll see Manurewa, I'm sure, improve as the season goes on. But congratulations to Mt Albert, who have made a fine start to 2023 with back-to-back victories. All right, well, that just about wraps it up here from North Harbour Stadium. Congratulations to both teams tonight. Point Chef beating Glenora in the men's game by 26 points to 12. And well done to Mt Albert with that 34-16 win over Manurewa in the women's. And the good news is we'll be back next Wednesday night to do it all again here from North Harbour Stadium from 6 o'clock here on Sky Sport. We hope you can join us then.